Welcome back, everyone. So now it's time to talk about probably the character I'm most afraid to play against in the Dark Tournament series, and that's going to be Kurama Yoko Unleashed. He is a 7-hand size, 20 health character with good life and water from Team Urameshi, and I've chosen for my Day 0 build to play a good version of the deck. Symbol, maybe not necessarily in practice. So let's start. Kurama Yoko Unleashed. We've already gone over hand size and health. He has a response. Commit, remove one character from your stage. He is a 3 difficulty character, as you can see, so he wants to stack himself, multiple copies. Remove a character from your stage. After your rival plays an attack or action, discard it from their card pool and cancel its effects. So he basically gets to ignore one attack per turn, as long as he has the character cards in his stage to pay for his ability. Obviously, you can't use your starting character to pay the cost of this ability, so you want to play the other 3 copies of your character in your deck. And then he has an Enhance Your Attack. Your rival adds the top card of their deck to their card pool face down. For free. On every attack. This character alone has changed how I look at defensive deck building, just because I have a feeling this guy's kind of going to be everywhere. Everyone, I think, is going to have at least one local playing Kurama, and if you don't know how to defend against characters like this, the card pool clogging variety, you're just going to get bopped. And combine that with a very good defensive ability of just getting rid of an attack every turn, as long as you have your characters, I think this guy's going to be a menace. And like I said, it's changed how I look at what defensive pieces I need for my decks. So let's get into the deck proper and see what I came up with for my Day 0. I went off the good symbol, and he likes ally attacks, it seems. So I made sure that every card in my deck has, every attack anyway, has the ally keyword. And we're starting with Ojigi Plant Strike, a 4 difficulty, 3 control, 4 low 4 with a +2 low block. Like I said, it has the ally keyword. It says Enhance, if this attack is not blocked, your rival loses 2 health. So this is an additional unblockable 2 damage that can reduce your opponent to 0. If you throw this at the end of a string and your opponent's got 5, 6 cards in their card pool, they're likely not going to block it. So this becomes basically a 4 low 6. Charming. And then Enhance, discard 1 momentum, search your deck and discard pile for 1 copy of your starting character and build it. So if you've checked a character, which we are going to be playing at least 3, you get to build it from your discard pile, or you get to search your deck for 1 and just build it immediately. So this automatically, as long as we have the momentum, sets up our defensive play with Kurama. And the additional, potentially 2 lethal health doesn't hurt either. Then we have his Ultra Rose Whip Barrage, a 4 difficulty, 3 control, 5 high for 3 with a +2 mid block. It's got Ally and Echo. So you're going to be seeing this attack twice if they have the momentum to pay for it. It says Enhance, if your rival has 2 or more cards in their card pool, this attack gets +3 damage. So, in layman's terms, if you've played at least 2 attacks, or this attack twice, it gets 3 damage, because you're going to be stuffing their card pool 1 card with on every attack. And then Enhance, if this attack deals 3 or more damage, search your deck, discard pile, and removed from game pile for 1 copy of your starting character and build it. So that means removing a character to get rid of an attack is no longer a 3 times per game rule, because normally if a card is removed, you can't get it back. But with Rose Whip Barrage, as long as it deals at least 3 damage, you can get your removed characters back and consistently just make yourself so bloody hard to kill. But moving on, we have Twin Rose Toss, a 5 difficulty, 3 control, 4 high for 5 with a +1 high block. It's got ally and combo attack, so not even combo ally, just combo attack. And it has combo Enhance, your rival adds the top card of their deck to their card pool face down. For those who may not know, combo means that you can only use the combo ability, the combo enhance in this particular case, if the card immediately preceding this card in your card pool has the ally keyword printed on it. Or the attack is an attack. I tripped myself up there saying it's not a combo ally. So as long as the card immediately preceding this card in your card pool is an attack card, you can use this combo enhance. And it's just another card pool stuff. So you play this, you play an attack, you stuff their card pool. If they block, they block. You play this, you stuff their card pool, then you combo enhance, stuff their card pool. That's 3 to 4 cards in their card pool from 2 attacks. Do you see why I hate this guy? We need so much more defensive card pool clearing. Then we've got Power of Yoko. A 5 difficulty, 3 control, 5 mid for 5 with a +1 high block. Ally keyword. This is his secret rare. It says enhance. If this attack gets +1 damage for each card in your rival's card pool. So it's Tongue Whip at home. And then enhance, discard 1 card from your rival's card pool. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum. If the discarded card had a difficulty of 4 or higher, this card no longer counts towards progressive difficulty this turn. So you are giving your opponent -1 progressive difficulty, presumably after you've gained the 1 damage for each card in their card pool, but you do have the chance that if they blocked with an attack, or you just get lucky and discard an attack from their card pool that was stuffed in face down, this card wouldn't count towards progressive difficulty. So I guess it's okay. I mean, it's a niche piece, I think. Moving on, I've got Agile Drop, a 4 difficulty, 3 control, 2 high for 4 with a +2 low block, the ally and slam keywords. It says enhance, this attack gets 1 speed and 1 damage for each character in your stage. So if you have all 4 Kuramas, this is a 6 high for 8 on a 4 diff. And you're stuffing your rival's card pool. Fun. And then enhance, discard 2 cards, choose 1 card in your card pool, add a copy of it from your discard pile to your hand. So you can pick up an Ojigi Plant Strike that you maybe played already. So you can Ojigi Plant Strike, Agile Drop, and if you have an Ojigi Plant Strike in your discard pile, you can pick it up with Agile Drop. Or if you had a Rose Whip Barrage that you maybe got damaged through but couldn't echo, then you can Agile Drop and get another Rose Whip Barrage, and if you still had the momentum, you could echo that one. And just there's a whole bunch of shenanigans that Agile Drop opens up for you. And lastly, we have Command Pigeon Flock, a 5 difficulty, 3 control, 4 high for 5 with a +2 mid block, ally and ranged keywords. It says enhance, build 1 ally foundation from your discard pile. There's a couple of them that he's got. They're not fun. And then enhance, discard 1 momentum. This attack gets +1 damage for each ally card in your card pool. So if you're staggering a bunch of ally cards out there, maybe not Rose Whip because it flips itself if you echo it, you can stack a lot of damage onto Command Pigeon Flock at the end of a string. So he's got a lot of ways to kill you. It's just whether or not he finds the damage, because some of these are not exactly high damage dealers, but Ojigi Plant Strike can tack on additional lose 2 health. Rose Whip boosts its own damage. Power of Yoko boosts its own damage. Agile Drop boosts its own damage. Command Pigeon Flock boosts its own damage. So his main way of speed control is going to be stuffing your card pool, which is much harder to deal with, and then boosting the damage of his attacks to try to push them through. Moving on to our non-attack cards, we have Airy. Because why get rid of one? Why ignore 1 attack when you could ignore 2? It's a 2/5 with a +3 low block asset with the ally and unique keywords. It has the static at the start of your end phase. Ready 1 non-unique asset or foundation that was not ready during this turn's combat phase. And there's going to be a couple of these that we'll definitely want to ready if we get the chance. And then response, remove, discard 1 momentum. Before the damage step of your rival's attack, reduce its damage to your current health -1. So we can commit to discard an attack from our opponent's card pool when they play it. And if somehow they're able to string out or throw a giant bomb that we just can't deal with, Airy leaves us at 1 health, so you basically ignore 2 attacks. because that's fun. And then we've got UA High, a 3/4 with a +2 high block and the terrain keyword, so only one of these can exist in either stage at a time, or both stages, I should say, at the time. It has a static. While this card is in your stage, at the end of each player's turn, that player may draw one card and discard one card. A little bit of just card filtering there in case you need better blocks. And then Enhance, Remove, add one ally card from your discard pile to your hand. You can pick up any of these fine, dangerous attacks from your discard pile. You could pick up Aerie if you've checked her. You could pick up any of your ally foundations that you want to block with, because this is not during your turn only. So you could remove this to pick up a defensive block on your opponent's turn too. I believe low, mid, high, high, low, mid. We've got a decent spread of block zones on our attacks, so we're always guaranteed to pick up whatever block we need. And then for actions, we've got Aerie Smiles, a 3/5 with a +2 high block. Oddly enough, this does not have the ally keyword, even though Aerie herself does. It's got response, flip one foundation. After you block with this card, your rival must play a non-attack card as their next form, or pass. Because why just card pool clog on our turn when we can block, stuff cards into our opponent's card pool on their turn? Again, very defensive. Like, he's a 7/20, sure, but he's such a defensive 7-hander that he really makes use of every tool that he's got. And then Enhance, Remove, add one foundation from your stage to the top of your deck. Really only critical if you really need to guarantee your next check. Otherwise, I don't see you using that ability ever. Moving on to our foundations. We've got Demon Plants, a 2/4 with a +2 low block, the ally keyword. It says Enhance, Commit, choose one ally card in your card pool. That card doesn't count towards progressive difficulty for the rest of the turn, allowing us to further string out our lovely ally attacks. Just rude. Next up, we have Legendary Bandit. I hate this card. I think I said in the Kurama reveal video I hate this card. But a 3 difficulty, 5 control with a +2 mid block and the unique keyword, thankfully not ally. It has response, your turn, commit. After your rival adds a face down card to their card pool, your rival adds the top card of their deck to their card pool face down, turning your one clog with Kurama into a 2 clog. This guy must have just playtested bad, because I cannot see all of this card pool clog being a good thing. And then Enhance, Destroy. If this attack deals damage, draw 2 cards. So, an offensive draw if you need it, or you can just continuously stuff your opponent's card pool if you need to. Then we have Yoko Form, a 1/5 with a +3 mid block. It says Enhance, Destroy. If there is an ally keyword or ally card in your card pool, ready one foundation that has not been readied this combat phase. So you can ready Demon Plants to commit to make another thing not count towards progressive difficulty, or Legendary Bandit to commit and stuff an additional card into your rival's card pool. Fun times had all around. Next up, we have Keiko's Support, a 2/4 with a +3 mid block. It's got the ally keyword. It says Enhance, Commit. The next card you try to play this turn that shares 2 or more symbols with your character gets -2 difficulty or -2 to its block modifier. Every attack that we have shares at least 2 symbols with our character. So, all of them are going to get -2 difficulty on our turn, which, especially for like a late string Command Pigeon Flock or late string Yoko, Power of Yoko, really solid. Or if we just absolutely need to pass the block, we can give -2 to the block modifiers of any of these cards as well. Then we've got Resting Up, a 1/5 with a +3 low block. It says Enhance, Commit. This attack gets -2 speed, but if your character's committed, it gets -3 speed instead. So you commit Kurama and remove a character to yeet your opponent's first attack, and then your Resting Ups are immediately live for -3 speed on every other attack that's going to be coming through. Again, really making use of all the good defensive pieces that Good has to offer. Next up, we have Spirit Beast Pooh, a 0/6 with a +3 mid-block and the ally keyword. It says after you block with this card, build it committed. That is a static. It does not activate technically, so you block, and as long as you pass the check to block, it builds itself down. It's also a good thing to put on top of your deck with Airy Smiles if absolutely necessary. And it's something that you could pick up with UA high to then block with and gain another foundation for your going into your turn. We've got Urameshi Perseverance, a 2/5 with a +4 mid-block. It's got form, remove, discard 1 momentum, add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. Pick a card, any card. And then Team Urameshi Enhance, commit. If you have blocked an attack this turn, draw 1 card. Defensive card draws pretty good, especially on an already defensive character. This also has the ally keyword and unique, so you can only have 1 in your stage at a time, but the ally keyword allows you to pick it up with a whole host of abilities. Speaking of Keiko earlier, we have Keiko's Aid, a 2/5 with a +3 high block. It says response, flip, after you block an attack, your rival's next attack gets +2 difficulty. Breaker without the keyword. Nothing more to say about this, it's just a really good defensive card. Then we've got Toughest Punk in Junior High, a 2/5 with a +3 mid-block. This says response, flip, before you take damage from an attack, reduce the damage you would take by 3. This can reduce that damage to 0. So if you half block a 5, you can reduce the damage to 0 by flipping this foundation during the damage step. So it's after you've blocked or chosen not to block, and again, making a very defensive character even harder to kill. Next up, we've got Nice Try, a 2/5 with a +3 low block. This is Enhanced Commit. This attack gets -2 speed. And response, after your rival's combat phase begins, ready this foundation, playable while committed. So you can commit it on your turn to pass the checks to play out your string, and then it readies during your opponent's turn so that you can commit it for -2 speed. All in all, one of the better foundations to come out of Undaunted Raid. Next up, we've got Keeping Ares Safe, a 0/5 with a +2 mid-block. It says response, once per turn. After this card is committed due to your rival's effect, ready it. So, anti-stun, anti-targeted committal, though why they would target this card with targeted committal, I have no idea. But anti-stun, it's a good thing to have, again, especially when we're such a defensive character. Then this fun card, we have Do I Know You? A 1/5 with a +3 mid-block. It says enhance, flip, discard 1 card, add 1 character from your discard pile to your hand. And then Deadlock Enhance, flip, add 1 character card from your discard pile to your stage. So if they're in Deadlock, you get to build 1 character from your discard pile. If they're not in Deadlock, you get to discard a card and add a character from your discard to your hand that you can then play because we're only a 3 diff. We're not a 6 diff like standard character cards. So if you need to hard build your Kurama Yoko Unleashed instead of building it with Rose Whip Barrage or something like that. Next up, we've got Friends of Animals, a 3/5 with a +2 high block and the ally keyword. It says response, after this card is committed during the enhanced step, this attack gets +2 speed, playable while committed. Other than Command Pigeon Flock, maybe? No, it just builds 1. I don't really know what we're doing to commit it during our attack. We certainly don't really have a lot of ways to trigger that, I don't believe. But it's mainly here for the enhance. Enhance, remove, add 1 ally attack from your discard pile to your momentum, playable while committed. So we can commit it to pass a check, we can build it in with Command Pigeon Flock, commit it to pass a check, remove it while it's committed to put an attack into our momentum so that we can say Rose Whip Barrage, or we can build with Ojigi Plant Strike, or we can Command Pigeon Flock to just throw a bunch of damage onto our card. So that's really what it's in there for the momentum generation, and to kind of not care if you commit it or not. Then we've got Demonic Teamwork, a 0/5 with a +2 high block, the ally keyword. It says flip, as an enhanced flip, your ally attack gets 1 speed or 1 damage. It's kind of mainly in here for the spam, for the 0 diff, and the 2 high block. And you can just push some speed through if for some reason the card pool clog isn't doing that enough for you already. And finally, we have Breaking the Cuffs, a 2/5 with a +2 high block. It says, enhance, destroy, discard 1 card. Your attack gets 3 speed and 3 damage. And when you're constantly putting 1 card into your opponent's card pool every attack, 3 speed is superfluous and 3 damage is going to hurt. So a real helpful tool for closing out games if need be. This is a well-rounded 66 card deck, and this is kind of just the first iteration of what I think is going to be a very dangerous character. This character can be played both very defensively and very aggressively, and I think he switches between the 2 roles very well. It's all going to be about board positioning and timing, and a high caliber player playing Kurama and really being dedicated to the character is going to be a nightmare to deal with. So hopefully you're playing a character that can side in Fruits of Our Labor, so you can defensively clear your card pool. Or playing the one barrier shield guy who can block with the foundation from his discard pile that says when you block with it and you're 10 guy, when you block with 10 guy's foundation as 10 guy, he clears your card pool. So hopefully you're doing something like that to keep your card pool clear of Kurama's deadly plant seeds. But what do you guys think? I know this is a very rough draft and kind of feels clunky, but that's what these Day Zeros are all about. Just the first thing that pops into my head, this is what I'm going to run with, and hopefully help you guys get your gears turning when dealing with these characters. Are you guys as scared to play against this guy as I am? Because like I said, he's actively warping my strategies for defense because I'm always going to be aware that there's going to be a Kurama somewhere in either my locals or the regional that I'm going to go to. I know I have to be prepared to see this character and be prepared to deal with him. So with that said, what do you guys think? And I'd love to hear your comments down below, and if you like content like this, deck builds, either first impressions like this or dedicated designs that I've sculpted, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I would love that. And like the video if you found this entertaining, or you just are scared of Kurama, go ahead and like the video. But until next time then, guys, take care.